Hi, everybody. No, hi, everybody. Welcome to welcome. It's been a bit. It's been a little
Easy for
crazy.
you to
Oh,
say.
yeah, it's been a little crazy back here. Um, so welcome to another episode of Akashic Adventures. Not all of the adventuring happens in front of the camera. Some of it happens behind the scenes. We have Viviane with us today and Diana Boles, as always, the adventuring team. And um, I want to say hi to a bunch of people
Wait,
who've come in.
Annie, you better
What?
bring enough licorice for all of us.
Yeah, I was thinking that
Oh
very
my
thing.
God. Now I got to go to the store and buy Panda
No,
because
you
that's my
can't.
favorite brand.
No, you have to finish. We have to do the show first, okay?
Okay.
I know. Boring. I know. I've already got some questions. I want to say hi to White Dragon and
Aw.
and to Sonia. White Dragon said some very sweet things, and
Hi, White
uh,
Dragon.
Hi,
and,
Rossi.
Hi,
and
Ross.
Annie Bear and Rossi and Leah,
And
who
Dakota,
in the car.
who's got to go to school next week.
Oh,
So she
oh,
won't
that's
be joining us in the live. So, Dakota, if you have a question, let's get it
now's
in
the
there
time.
so we can give you a little
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
honoring send off.
And Diane G is here. Hi, Diane. And just a second here. I'm just scrolling down here. Dakota's put in a question for us. We started already. And here's Annie Bear with her licorice. Um,
Thanks.
now I'm kind of, yeah. And a question from Maya. I'm going to read the list of, or maybe Viviane can do that. Lacey Gray. Hi, Lacey. Have you been here before? Has Lacey been here before? Her name's not that name's not familiar.
Lacey?
Yeah. Have they been here?
I've seen her around. Yeah.
Hi, oh, and Jackie. Hi,
Hi,
Jackie.
Jackie.
I just want to remind you guys that if you've had a question, oh, Lacey's been here before. Okay. Well, welcome anyway, and welcome to all of you. I just wanted to remind you that if you've had a question answered in the last, like, say, couple of weeks or so, please leave space for newcomers, like Lacey, for example. I don't mean to call you out. I'm just using you as an example. Please leave some room for newcomers and latecomers to ask their questions, okay? Like, don't hog the masters. Akila B2. Hi, Akila. B24, sorry. And was there another housekeeping thing to remind people of something? I don't remember. I wrote it down. Now I have to find where I wrote it down. Oh, right. I know. Just a reminder that we would prefer, I mean, we can, because we're all mediums and we're all psychics, but we have this show to do Akashic Records reading. So please try to confine your questions to reading the Akashic Records and not, connecting with your loved ones on the other side, or asking, like, I think you guys all know by now what's appropriate for Akashic Records readings. And if not, I've got a good short about it. In fact, I have two: what not to ask and what to ask. So go and check those out. What's happening with you ladies?
I'm
Well,
a bit busy outside of YouTube, but next this Thursday coming up, I'm going to be with Heather from Soul Alchemy Indigo Jaguar. We'll be giving some animal spirit, spirit animal messages. Will be fun. So it'll be Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be a guest on her channel.
So Thursday at 5 Eastern.
Yes.
I'm going to have to miss it because that's right when my show starts.
Okay.
I'll have to watch it later. How about you, Diana?
Well, I'm getting the shingles finished on the house tomorrow, and I'm making tinctures and salves, and the dream show tonight. Yesterday I was on with Angela Cartomancy, and then I was also on with Illumination Portal for the new moon, full moon. So it's been a loaded week, and it's going to continue because tomorrow the dogs get groomed, and there's a meeting at the bank I have to be at, and then what else? Thursday I have to have a crown put on, so I just want to sleep. I don't want to go to a dentist.
I don't blame you.
You know, but you reach that age in life where you need maintenance.
Yeah.
Oil change isn't enough. You got to buy new tires, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, last night I was on Moon Scarab's channel for the first time, and with Gerald, and it was an amazing show. Yesterday was really busy. I did 2 shows. I've never done that before. That was a little scary. I didn't know how that was going to be, but it turned out really easy. I did the Divine Feminine show with Nancy, A Crone's Intuition, and Heather, Soul Indigo Jaguar. That was a lot of fun. Both of them were a lot of fun. And Thursday, I'm going to be I'll have Jonathan Daly on my show, and we'll be doing readings together.
Awesome.
So that should be really interesting because the last show with him was really interesting.
Yeah.
But so tune in for that. Here's Aaron O'Nugent. Hi, Aaron. He is absolutely delightful, and he is. You know what? Okay, so I love reading in groups. I've discovered this about myself. I'm not so crazy about just reading by myself, but in a group or with another person, it's way more fun. It's just way more fun.
Well, even over the airwaves, we get a lot of energy going, and since we are channelers, as many people here are, we're picking up on that airwave. It's an airwave. So
So it is much more, and you get better. My observation is that you get way better readings, like as you get better readings from what happened last night. It doesn't happen to me it happens here sometimes, but what happened last night was just absolutely dream show, because the 3 of us were reading for the same person, and it was how the reading, using different methods, how the 3 readings just jived with each other and complemented each other and supported and elaborated, and wow, that was so cool. It was a ton of fun.
Yep.
It really was. So go watch it if you want to have a few laughs. So, well, Annie Baird, it's not that we don't try it. It's that the way we've structured this show, we each of us answer questions. And if, hi, Tiaret, and we'll discuss, doing that. But that would mean that instead of answering 10 questions, we can only answer 6. Okay, that's the reality of it. So if you guys,
And if
you
you
know,
get hit, we do we do jump in if
yeah,
somebody gets a hit.
yeah, we do.
We
We
don't,
do.
right.
We jump
Exactly.
on top of each other all the time. And that's
Yeah.
also what we agreed to do, that if we get hits, that we'll share that we're not just going to not say anything because it's not
Right.
my turn to read. I mean, that's just dumb.
We're
So
brainstorming all the time and
yeah,
don't even realize it, because sometimes we're getting the same thing at the same time. All we got to say is, I got the same thing.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
We basically do it even if we try not to.
yeah,
I shouldn't say try not to. We just
we have a very loose, it's like it's structured, but it's not like hard and fast written in stone structure. It's just sort of like, okay, here's a general pathway and we follow it, and sometimes we don't, and it all seems to work out. So yeah, Annie Bear, we're I mean, we can talk about it, but for today, what we're going to do is what we always do, which is, one question per reader, and the others are just going to jump in if they feel so inclined.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 8 questions so far. I think we should stick with 8. What do you think, Viviane? We can close questions.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Okay,
you want to close the questions? What do
yeah,
you think? What do
yeah. I
you
think
think?
we should, because
be
then if
civil.
we have time, we can add somebody.
We always go like an hour and a half with 10
Yeah.
questions. I mean, maybe with 8 we can get
Yeah.
out in an hour and 20 minutes.
I'll announce how we have Heavenly Blessed Honey and Leah,
I love it.
Annie
Rossi says
Bear,
please civil.
Diane, Maya, Dakota, Lacey Gray, and Rossi. These are the questions we have.
Oh, Aaron Nugent wants a little glimpse into 2025. Yeah, Aaron, I'm going to say no because, like, I don't know about what about you guys? Like,
Well,
I get nothing from the future from my guys, or very, very little. Things like, oh, don't worry, it'll be fine. Which I
Yeah,
hate.
the
I,
future is so tricky because it will really depend on so many actions and your free will and so many. The future is, and the future is
everybody else's
now.
free will too, not just yours.
Yes, so many different possibilities.
Yeah.
Mm,
and that's dependent on the choices you make from what you understand about the past that we're bringing forward.
Yeah.
yes, and it can change. You can say something now. Yeah, just like White Dragon's comment here. Future records are sealed and off limits.
No,
Uh,
not necessarily.
yeah,
I mean,
I read the comment.
yeah. Well, yeah, I just saw that comment. No, White Dragon, I don't believe they are sealed and off limits. I think that they're tiny whiny. I think they're very wobbly and dependent on all different kinds of energies and everybody's free will in making choices and all kinds of, like, I don't know, chaos theory, butterfly randomly flapping its wings, all kinds of stuff that we don't understand and we don't even know about. So I'm not willing. It has not been my experience that they are sealed, because I have seen into some future stuff. It's not reliable for me. It's not reliable.
It's
And
like it's
sorry?
like the theory of sliding doors. Once you have been there, you really can't go back because you've already had the experience of being there before. So even if you go back to the same dot in the orb of time, and experience the same people, it's going to be a different interest. It's going to be a different attraction. Everything's going to be different. Predictive is hard, even through astrology and everything else, because we
Yeah.
have freedom of choice. Really, that's the bottom line. That magic freedom of choice.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron says free will seems like a trap to me. Yeah, well, it can be. It sure can
Yeah.
be. It can be a big trap. So
if we go back to the Bible and to the 10 Commandments, yeah, we gave you free will.
yeah,
You chose to do that. You knew
yeah,
better.
Yeah.
But that's the truth. That's how we displace as well as earn karma.
Yeah, and I believe that when it comes to the future is yeah, you can, of course, your free will and the choices you make, you may be from, moving from point A to B, and yeah, perhaps, it is destined for you to be in point B, but there's so many different ways that you can, different roads and different ways that you can get there. So when you look at the future and future timelines, and also I believe that the masters will tell you what you need to know now regarding the future. It doesn't mean that, if you ask something about the future, it doesn't mean that you be getting an answer to, because if the masters think you're not ready to hear something, they're not going to tell you.
yeah,
That's kind of how I see it.
My experience has been, I get hit and I tell somebody, and then it comes true. I had a hit. I really didn't, I don't know. I don't go out seeking it. It's the energy falls in my lap.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And if it falls in your lap, that's something that, is completely.
Right. That's basically what we're doing with the Akashic as well, or mediumship, or reading tarot cards, or even reading my astrology, because when I am in that mode, it's still, I do intuitive astrology. Intuition has it fall in my lap.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, it all goes around in a circle. I don't know when I'm not in the Akashic field. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. Yes, because once I don't leave it either. Like, honestly,
it's like there's no way out, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm all right with it.
Yeah, and I also believe that when it comes to our Akashic records, because it's all about lessons and about our spiritual growth and our souls, to be aligned with our souls. So it's when you go through your lessons and you grow, I think that's the I'll say, what I'm trying to say is that the future timelines and what just, I believe with that too. Okay, you learn this lesson, now we can move on from this point you're at now. Your souls, you learn this lesson, you move from this. So I feel like there are so many. How about people that say, "Well, I'm stuck at this situation. I'm. Why am I stuck? Because you didn't learn the lesson yet. Because you need to learn the lesson and then move on and grow." So I think everything regarding also your own inner work and healing will be affecting the timelines and what you get from the Akashic records. Anyway, I didn't mean to complicate. Hi, Dr. Ann. Hi, Heather.
And Heather's here. Hi, Heather. Okay, I'm just going to start with the opening prayer.
Okay. The healing. Oh, yeah.
Remind me to close.
Mm-hmm.
We are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source. We ask Archangel Michael to protect and guide us, and we call forth all of our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Records masters to assist us now to receive information of the highest truth, highest frequency of light and love, allowing us to receive exactly what we need for our greatest good and the greatest good of humanity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We open ourselves to the light, and with this light, we open ourselves to our truth. And with this light, we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light, we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest goal and our highest good and the highest good of all in divine love. And so this group, consisting of the people here now, those who will join later, and those who will watch in the future, are given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey into the love and acceptance that is most beneficial for them in this moment. I'm going to read it silently. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energy fields of this group to receive the records of their souls. Yeehaw! Let's see. Yes. Okay, so the first question I see is from Sonia, Heavenly Blessed Honey, and she wants to know if she can have a message from the masters for what she should work on her spiritual. Do you want to take that, Viviane?
Sure.
Thank you.
Hi, Sonia. Okay, may I get a message from the masters for what I should work on my spiritual path? Okay. You're already doing it, Sonia. You're already working on it right now. By being part of this community is one of the ways. I heard your clairs are developing. Are you practicing tarot readings, Sonia? Did you consider reading for others? Are you reading tarot for others? Okay, you haven't been lately. I know you're also busy with your daughter. Okay. And then I heard practice, but remember, you're already doing it. Yeah, I see you're overwhelmed with the events and with your daughter. I understand that. I heard you're bringing healing energy to the places you go to. The hospital as an example. And then I heard you're already doing. You're doing well. You're doing a good job, and just don't be so hard on yourself. And continue doing what you're doing. You're doing well. Thank you, Sonia, for your question, and I'm glad to hear your daughter is doing better.
Thanks for that, Viviane, and thank you for letting us read for you, Sonia. There's a few people who've come in, one of whom is Carol Stash, Gerald.
Hi, Gerald.
Were your ears ringing?
The hostess is the mostess.
And Aaron wants me to know that you can get cowboy hats for birds.
But I was just answering her, but there's all kinds of clothing for birds out there because, you know, some of them are pluckers and it's a way to help keep them
cover them. Yeah.
As far as I'm
but
concerned,
you can get safari jackets and, I mean, you know.
She should be the channel mascot. She should be the one in the videos, Slinda.
What happened to? I didn't touch it.
Oh,
okay.
She'll come back. I think that Wanda should be the one in the videos in the little intro and outro because she's the mascot of the channel. Put a little hat. Put one of those older hats with the matting.
It's hat.
Like festive.
And a shoulder bag or a backpack or something and a walking stick.
She's a big part of the
I'm gonna have to suggest that to Colin.
And that will be very unique too. And she's a part of it. You know, we can't do a show without Wanda.
Well, and I should actually let you all know before we go on to the next question. I should update you all on Wanda. I weighed her on Sunday. She weighed 231 grams, which is 6 grams more than last week. So I'm fattening her right up like Thanksgiving turkey. Look at her. She's just fat. Look at her. She just pork and rice. She doesn't want to show it off. Okay.
So you need an intro and outro from Wanda, and then she'll be she's already the star. She needs to be featured a little more.
Too. I mean, the reason I started bringing her on was because she was making so much noise in her cage. I couldn't shut her up. She was screaming and yelling. It was really disruptive. And so I just gave up and said, okay, fine. And now she just absolutely, when she sees the lights go up and all the rest of the, the preparations, mommy puts clothes on, like decent, like usually I'm just in a t-shirt and shorts. So when she sees that, she knows something's going on and she's just waiting to, get over to my shoulder. And then she gets bored and just doesn't want to have anything to do with anybody. But that's her update. She hasn't been back to see the vet. She'll be going in September, I believe is the date. I'd have to look it up and I can't be bothered. So she'll be going back for a follow-up. But so far she's stuffing her little face with her eggs and her oatmeal, and I bought her peaches, and she wouldn't touch the peaches. Yeah, she probably would be really adorable. Oh, and Pixie does. Hi, Pixie. She probably would be really adorable in a costume, and you're welcome to be the one to fight with her to get her into it if she doesn't feel it.
Yeah, I can see me trying to do that for Groucho.
I could probably get a hat on her.
Yeah.
But anything else, that might be problematic. I mean, some birds are okay with that kind of stuff and others are not. I've never tried it with Wanda. We'll just have to wait and see. It wouldn't be worth the bloodshed. So anyway.
I was thinking of a hat. A hat would be perfect.
A hat would be perfect. It totally would. I totally can get it. So Diana, Leah, I have a question from Leah for you.
Hi, Leah. Can I get a reading, please? What I need to know at this time. a falcon has come in, and someone has like stepped aside to allow this bird to pass, headed in your direction. His message. What's his message? All that they're saying to me, Leah, is changes will happen soon. Changes will happen soon. It's methodical in the way they're saying it, like a song. And I keep seeing the sound waves coming out. I think what they're saying is what it is you want to manifest. Say it out to the universe. We're still under the spell of the full moon. Even though the moon is now in Pisces, it's your moon. Pisces lady. You know, something good is going to come your way. Definitely, something good is coming your way. It's a surprise. Well, girls, are you getting anything else to join in with here? It's like today is some sort of a closure.
Yeah. I have an image of stepping across
Threshold.
Yeah. From one room to another. I was,
Yeah, like, and the falcon, it's a hunter. They all are. All raptors are, but falcons and hawks, they're in the same family, and falcons were and still are really trained in private for falconry. Now, some hawks can be also, but they have to be bred in captivity in order for that to happen. Or unable to be set free.
I don't know if it helps. All I got for Leah was the word rest.
Well, that's a good thing for today. She did have some surgery.
Yeah.
The image I have is going from a dark room into a bright room.
Yeah, the sound waves that I was seeing, they were light purple, opaque, pinky, going out into a dark area.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not getting, I'm just getting peaceful and tranquil and bright, joyful. So,
good. Yeah, Rossi's picking up too. She's walking through a portal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is absolutely a transition in her life right now. From one state of being or one state of thinking to another.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like, it wasn't water. It's vibration and frequency.
Yeah. It's light.
I wonder if this has something to do with Lemuria. Or Lyra up in the sky. Lyra, the cat nation, the cat planet, feline planet.
Well, just for that, you can get the next question, which is about Lemuria. And
let's see if there's a connection. Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's all work on this one because we're all working on this one.
Okay, all right. So that's Annie Bear wants to know, and so there might be a connection between the two of
Yeah.
them. I don't have any idea, but she wants to know what the Akashic Records have to say about Lemurian light at
Oh,
this.
Okay.
I'm getting chills with the Polish stuff.
So that is Lemurian light that is in that room that I see Leah
Yeah.
getting ready to step into. I just heard that like loud and clear. Does it mean she's ascended? No, because we're all going to ascend together. Really?
How do you mean that?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking.
Because more
My
everybody
understanding,
here maybe so, but
but there's people who've ascended already.
right. And there's others who are nowhere near.
Yeah, never will be, at least like in this lifetime. So, uh, so, so now they're yapping back and forth, and I'm not part of the conversation.
Yeah, they're talking in another language. They're talking in light language, light code.
Yeah, well, I don't get it, so I don't get it.
Oh, Leah has, that's right. Lemurian quartz. Um,
um,
um, um,
yeah, they're still conversing, and they're not talking to me, so I don't know what to tell you, Annie
well,
Bear.
one thing I'm getting from that is there are still changes to be finished. What we are caught up in right now.
Okay, I have.
Okay? What do you got?
She knows, just a comment. Annie Bear, I called in Lemurian light in me, my garden, this earth.
Yeah. Timelines
Didn't
being
get anything other than a visual that was just light that was seen, but I didn't get any words with this question.
Yeah. Annie Bear said timelines being woven. They're still being woven. They're still being worked on. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Not just the timelines, that also, because with that comes the ley lines, the dragon lines, and the shifting poles, and
Yeah. Magnetic
the new cloud in the Van Allen belt. Nobody knows how long it's going to last. If it's here for a couple of days or if it's here for a year or whatever, which is filling in the gap that was left by the plasma that was destroyed in 2023, in April of 2023. And this polar shift, well, the information is out there. The pole is shifting. It is now, it's been doing that since the 90s. Now it is in the Galkan volcanic stretch in off the coast of Russia, and it's not going to stop till it gets to the other side of that volcanic stretch. So all of that is part of this change that we're going through and the interweaving of it all. And where do we go from here? And this light keeps coming in so many different ways. I see it out of the corner of my eye. Aside from the shadow people that are continuously passing through, most of them are in a hurry. They don't all linger to sit down and chat to me. So they're walkthroughs. They're leaving the plane and going to another plane, but are they coming up or coming down? I hear still Steven Tyler singing.
I got
I love
nothing.
the elevator.
I got nothing past that. They're like I get my impression is that this is not a conversation that's going to be finished during this show.
Yeah, I got nothing other than I just saw light.
Yeah.
That was it.
So
No message. Sorry,
yeah.
Annie.
So
Sorry,
yeah,
Annie.
Annie Bear.
Or where there maybe there's certain things we're not meant to even know now. I don't know.
Well, and light is vibration,
Yeah.
frequency, sound, language. It all is connected. When we speak, we're using words, but you can watch a light board light up according to inflection,
To the frequency of where.
vibration, and
Yeah.
frequency. Exactly. So there is a translation for everything from
Yeah.
from the letter to the number to the light, right? And so it's bloody well all connected, and that's why all we're seeing right now is this purple light, because just what Annie said, it's all still being woven together.
Yeah.
And we have to, I think what they're trying to do is make us realize that it is an orb and not a line, and this is a different technique of weaving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that just makes my brain itch. Okay. I mean,
Well, it's an orb. Think about the old atom and the way they used to show you how the atom goes around in a torpedo factory,
Yeah.
all the way around, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so think about it that way. It's leaving a trail, but it's not necessarily a line, because it's moving. It's moving fast. But what they've discovered since is that that's not really how an atom works. There's a vibration in that nucleus that looks more like a rookery of penguins when the ladies are all gone and the dads are all taking turns trying to hatch them eggs, not letting them drop. And the guy out here on the cold is working his way to be in the middle, but he's got to hold that egg and not drop it.
Yeah.
Especially when he goes to pass it to the next guy, because now he's going to work his way out to the outer edge again. Yeah. So it's like that. We're rotating and oh my gosh, we're gonna turn into a spaceship with all of that. To the moon, Alice.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to find out where the immigration office is for the aliens. So Leah and Annie Bear, I'm sorry, we're just not getting anything on this. Those are really, really, it's a really worthwhile question, and I'm going to bring it up on Sunday at our practice session.
Mm-hmm.
And see if what?
That's why the falcon.
Mm-hmm.
The falcon is the messenger, and what do you have to do with that type of a
messenger? Okay.
Watch for omens and signals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Anyway, so Annie, next week I'll report back on whatever the practice session comes up with, and so then we can all learn from that, because we have like, well, it usually works out to be an hour and a half, but we have all that time. There's usually 2 or 3 of us to devote to that one question, so we can dive into it pretty deeply, where we can't do that here. If we're not getting anything, well, like, we're not getting anything. I'm sorry, but I will bring it up. I will make a note of it and bring it up at the practice session as what we should be looking at. So next question is from Diana, and this one is mine, because tell me about a lifetime I shared with my mentors. They're a group of 7 people, but I've only met 5 of them in this lifetime. They helped me a lot in my spiritual development. My sense is that the two that you haven't met, I'm not entirely sure that they're on this planet. They may not be in this like lifetime. They may not be alive right now, or incarnate. That's the word. They may not be incarnate right now. They're part of your soul family. You've had many lifetimes with them, either all together or, 2 or 3 or 4 at a time, or stuff or like that. They're part of your small group, like your inner group. There's like a soul group. There's like maybe 15 people in it. And they're part of it. So you guys have been together since your souls were created. You've been working together. Sometimes one of you will go off to another group for a period of time, but you always come back. So you know each other really, really well, and you know how each other works. And you're very supportive and very, very caring about each other, and very, like, you work together very easily because you know each other so well. And it's like doing stuff isn't a chore or a hardship or tedious or any of those things. It's doing like the doing the dishes is fun with these people because there's, I don't know, there's a sense of joy and purpose. Now, they're telling me that you've had a rough go. The last couple of lifetimes have been rough on you spiritually, and they decided that they would be here in this lifetime with you to make it easier for you because of the wounds. Okay, this is the word I'm hearing, Diane. The wounds that you suffered spiritually. I don't know. They're not telling me what, and it's really none of my business, because you know what they are, or they're telling me you know what they are. Betrayal and betrayal, I think, is the biggest one, but it's a really deep spiritual wound. And part of your job is healing that here. I mean, part of your job in this lifetime is healing that, and that's what they're here to help you do, is to help you overcome that and heal it. Sorry, I missed the main question. That's so me. Oh my God, this is like grade 10 all over again. Could you please tell me about a lifetime I shared with my mentors? A temple in a hot, dry, deserty place. I'm guessing wild guess here, but everybody's wearing robes and sandals, and donkeys and camels, and so I'm guessing. And let me look around for a second here. No, there's no paper, so they're writing on clay. They're writing on clay, so I'm guessing somewhere in Mesopotamia, people are literate to look after, to like keep track of how many sheep they bought and stuff like that. But and there is poetry, and there are songs, and there is history. So that's the time period. So a temple. You're a junior priest. You look like you're like 14 or something. You're a young man. You're junior priest in that lifetime. And the So you're being taught all of the secrets. You're being taught how to read and write and how to adjudicate disputes and the code of laws of your God, which translates to the code of laws of the country, or that region anyway. And all those people are either priests or servants of the priests, or like they're all around you. Some of them are your teachers. Others are just like, I don't know, working in the kitchens or whatever, but they're there all around you. You're all working together. And again, they're working to educate you and get you to full priesthood, which you expect to do in a couple of years. So there's the lifetime. I finally got to the point. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like Petra? Did it look
Well,
like
it wasn't Petra, but it felt a lot like that whole area. You know,
Jordan?
it felt a lot like it, but it wasn't Petra itself. Might have been the same culture, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Oh, Diane says, bless them. I'm not very easy to educate. Oh, honey, no, don't say that about yourself.
No, no.
It's not true. It's not true. It takes time.
Oh, right. Experience is the best teacher.
Yeah, exactly. Especially painful experience.
And even then, you need a couple of brick walls.
Even then, sometimes you keep going back for more. Oh, I'm sure it'll be different this time.
Yeah.
Shock, dismay. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Diane. I hope that helped. And don't say those things about yourself, please. It bothers me because you're a smart cookie. Hang on a second here. I got to delete some of these or unmarked. So for Viviane, oh, this is perfect. I have a question for you from Maya.
Hi, Maya. Would you like to find out from the Akashic Records about healing for my upper back? Okay.
Right, Paul.
I'm asking if there is if they can show me a past life that you had where your injuries coming from, and all I saw was like a person on the ground, and I could not tell if you fell, just fell, or if somebody caused you to, pushed you or caused you to fall.
Yeah, I got a wound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see her just laying.
Her husband pushed her down the stairs.
Oh.
and she didn't have the good grace to just die. Oh, God.
See if I can find a comment from her.
So
She's here.
yeah, she's here. So she's married to now I just see the inside of a dark posh house. Okay, dark because it's all carved wood and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a wealthy home, and it's European. And because of all the wood, it's probably Northern European, because Southern European use a lot of they use different materials. But this is like heavy, dark carved wood. Could be Germany, could be England, could whatever. Anyway, I'm going to take a wild guess and say the 14th or 15th or 16th century, somewhere. Let me look at her clothes. Okay, so 15th or 16th century, and he's spent all your money that you came into the marriage with, Maya. He spent it all gambling and drinking and whoring, and he wants to get rid of you so that he can marry another rich woman and go through all her money. And so he pushed you down the stairs. And you were supposed to die, but you didn't. You were paralyzed. And so he hired people to look after you, because you were bedridden, you were paralyzed from about the middle of your chest down, as near as I can tell. You had the use of your arms, but not your legs, and you had no control over your bowels or bladder. And did that ever make him mad? But because you had permanent, full-time caregivers and nurses, he couldn't get near you to cause you any further harm. So he basically just stewed in his vicious, poisonous. What a nasty. Anyway, so that was what that was about. You didn't live very much longer after that, clearly, because yeah. I'm hearing 7 years. But by then everybody knew the story, because nobody believed that you'd fallen down the stairs like by yourself, just accidentally. And he basically died. And the house went to your eldest son, who kicked him out. And he basically just lived a life that he deserved, of poverty and ignominy for the rest of his life. So if you feel nervous about heights, Maya, or if you feel nervous standing at the head of a flight of stairs, that'd be why.
Mm-hmm. And stay at the end of the
We'll do a healing
live. Yeah. We do a healing, and that will be helpful to you and to all of us here.
That'll help you clear some of the residue from that, and maybe even any residual fear that you may have, like of heights and so on. That'll help clear that out.
Yeah.
Let it go. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Annie. Let it go. Well, that was fun. Sorry about that, Viviane. But it was coming in.
No, it's good that you got it, because it's interesting that, because I even said, I thought it was weird that I said, well, I don't know, because I didn't see what happened, but I had to say, I don't know if it's because somebody may have pushed you, because I wouldn't think of saying that too, because it's like, what, I mean, because I only saw her, falling to the ground. It felt like it was towards the right and then stay there. But I didn't see, so it was good, because since I mentioned, okay, I don't know what caused, maybe somebody caused you to fall, pushed you, so it was just perfect that you got that. Thank you. She said that she feels the pain right where her wings would be. Okay.
Oh, so she broke her shoulders as well as the spine. That's what it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Maya. Well, we'll do our best in the healing to hold you there in the healing, and yeah. Thanks for the question, Maya.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks for letting us read for you. And thank you, Viviane.
No, thank you. Thank you all, ladies.
And next we have Dakota Kelt, who wants to know if the masters have a message for stuff for her to work on. Well, everything, Dakota. Come on.
Get to work, Dakota. Get up and go.
Chop it up.
Right now.
Get up and go, girl.
What are you doing wasting time on YouTube when you should be, reading uplifting?
Big orb went over Viviane. A big orb just went over your face.
Really? Oh, that's cool. I have to look at the replay.
Okay, I'm going to watch back for that later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Who's next? I'm lost now. Who's that? That's you, right, Diana?
I think you just called my name.
I think so. Sorry, I'm lost.
But I think that orb, you see, here we go with the messages again, and omens and signs.
Uh-huh.
And what message do the masters have for me to work on? Clairvoyance, clairaudience, all the claircognizance. But that orb, connection to angelic beings, your spiritual value. There is no moral issues. What you need to work on is believing in your spiritual value. You have it. It lingers from the past lifetime and the lifetimes before. It will continue to follow you. You are not far from having the choice of whether or not the soul returns after you cross from here. But sooner or later, there'll be no choice because you'll be there. And returning will not happen. The significance of orbs are all around you. Now I'm getting a drum rhythm. Do, 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 do. I can't, I can't sing it. Too many tribbles. Trouble with tribbles.
One of my favorite episodes.
Right. This is like Back to the Future. Through the past darkly. To the future through the past darkly. So the dark is what is in the past. We are all stepping into a new light frequency. The messages and omens that are coming are for all of us. I even am not. The stage has been set, and I think that this is happening with all of us today. This message that's coming in right now, it is all connected. The Bedouins of, the Egypt desert areas are connected to Petra of Jordan and Mesopotamia and all of those areas that were Ahura Mazda. And that is the flight of our higher being connection and the star seeds, which came after the fallen angels, the giants that were the fallen angels is the wrong way to put that, because there's another connotation, Lucifer, etc. But you're not supposed to mate with the humans, and they did. But what we identify as humans were not necessarily the humans of that era, of that time.
Stop it. Stop.
End of transmission, but it is like, we're all working on the future, and we are stepping into that future now. And I think that's why we are having such a hard time today, because of all, I can associate this with the energies of the transiting planets and the big events that are occurring because of that. And right now, there's a heavy concentration on the future. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to tap into the visions from the past, because right now it's all in that new way of weaving things.
Yeah, it's all in future energy. Stop it.
Through the past, into the future through the past darkly. I think that's a song. That's a song somewhere in my past too.
Oh.
Yeah. Timelines collapsing, shifting,
Yeah.
collapsing. I'll have to watch for the orb. I didn't see it, but I'll watch the replay later.
It's at 1 hour, just about exactly.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for your question, Dakota. I hope that was helpful for you. And next we have a question from Lacey Gray, who wants to know what information. Oh, past lives off Earth and on Earth. That's me, right?
Yep, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, okay, to be honest, Lacey Gray, this is a question that would be more appropriate for a private reading, because I don't have an hour, and you've had a lot of lives. Like I'm hearing you've had like 50 or 60 lives. So you're not going to get detailed information in this kind of environment, okay? But okay, and what you're asking is to be told about those lives. I can tell you about a life on Earth. I have time for that. There's time for that here, but any more than that is more appropriate to a private reading with an Akashic Records reader. And there's lots of us. I'm not like trying to tout business for myself. Past life on Earth for Lacey Gray. This looks like England in the Georgian era, because of the dresses that the women are wearing and the clothing styles generally. Carriages, horses, the architecture. You're living in a city, It's probably London. Your father is a merchant. I'm seeing you at about age 17, 18, and the discussion is around you're getting married. And you like this young man who's an apprentice, like not just an apprentice. He doesn't have his mastery, but he's past the apprenticeship stage. So journeyman. Um, uh, um, um, a weaver. He works with fabric. Oh, he's a silk weaver. Okay. And you want to marry him, and it's okay with your family, although your mother would like you to do a little better than, a tradesman. But your father's happy. He just wants you to be happy because you're pretty spoiled. He really loves you and he really cherishes you. And so he's willing to give you a lot more freedom than girls would normally have at your age. And you're pretty well educated. I mean, you're not aristocracy, okay, but you're very comfortable. And there's money and a nice house and school and nice clothes. And nobody goes hungry in your household, not the servants. You have servants, and nobody ever goes hungry. So it's actually a really pretty darn good life. There's a war going on somewhere. And so there's news of that in the streets, but it doesn't really affect you or your family. Oh, wait, no, yeah, it does. You have a brother who's fighting. Your brother comes back for your wedding. And then after you're married and you and your husband are settled in, your brother comes back again. There's only the two of you. There's no other. There's a younger child who doesn't come from a niece, maybe. Maybe a niece. Some child of a relative who they can't afford to keep them, and so your parents took them in. And they're treated very well, like everybody else. They're not made to like slave in the coal pit, they're fed and educated, and they wear nice clothes, and they're treated really, really well. Your brother comes back having lost a leg in the war, and he's not an invalid, okay, but he's feeling really sorry for himself and really like his life is over. And it takes your whole family it affects your whole family trying to deal with his mental health, because he won't do anything to help himself. He could get a peg for his leg, but he won't. I mean, I know that's pretty brutal, but that's what people did, and they survived with it, and they worked, and they had lives, got married, had kids, the whole bit. But he just thinks his life is over because it's not perfect. And that's what you deal with, you and your family. Eventually, he drinks himself to death, but it takes him a good 10 years to do it. leaving your parents in deep. Your mother eventually dies a short time later, like within a couple of years, of a broken heart. And your father follows not long after. That whole thing just cast a real shadow over two generations, um, because your kids grew up with that too, and so it was your parents and you and your kids. So there's a life for you, Lacey. I hope that helps. We have 3 questions left. Oh, we're at an hour and 15 minutes. That's not bad.
Actually, 2 questions.
Oh, 2. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Thank you, Sharon.
And this is for Viviane. It's a question from Rossi.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Rossi.
Come here.
Here, baby.
Thank you. Yeah.
Rossi had a quick image of a young girl, and the impression that it was, like a kind of like a rich, like a rich girl. So I got a feeling that perhaps in that past life, you were in a way um, spoiled, like you had things come to you like easily. So um, it's the procrastination is a little bit of coming from like you didn't really have to do much or do anything. Things were like done for you, and when it comes to making decisions, you had a lot of choice. So it's just from having that from having wealth and being in that position of being privileged in that sense. So yeah, it's like when it comes to making a choice, like you could have like pretty much anything you wanted, so there's no pressure. And so let's see if I can find a comment for you. um, so you were just in a very privileged position, and you didn't have to worry. And procrastination was just like, well, I don't have to do anything. Everything is there, done for me. And I can choose so many. I do want this toy or that toy or this toy. But I can have everything. I can have all of them. So which one do I choose? So that's where it's coming from. Thank you for your question, Rossi. I hope that helps you.
Right?
Thanks, Viviane, and thank you,
Mhm.
Ross. And the last question for today is from Heather,
Oh,
and
hi,
that's
Heather.
you, Diana.
An Akashic message. Mm. Oh, you're another. Oh, here they go, stepping aside again for things coming your way. Um, you two are going to receive a pattern change. Better, this or something better. This or something better. Something that you have already asked for, and you put it out there that way. Whatever it was where you closed it by saying this or something better. They're they're showing me an old, like 1930s type derby car. You know, I'm not talking about the wooden little carved derby cars, but those roadsters with the they looked like an oil can um, hood covering, low to the ground, brought up close and tight, steering wheel, leather cap, goggles, big number 8 on the side. Why number 8? 8 ball, behind the 8 ball, behind the
It's
8.
the infinity, perpendicular to infinity.
Yeah, but it's Dale Earnhardt's number too, and Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s number as well. And
Okay.
this is a race. This is something is coming your way quickly. Now, I'm not negating infinity, but this is a this is in 1930. Was there somebody in your family who was into racing back in those days?
8 is her life path number, she says.
Oh, you're on the fast track then. This is
Dakota Kelt wants to know who Dale Earnhardt is. He's a famous race car driver.
yes.
Even I know who he
Very
is.
famous in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And then he died, but his son also took over after his dad died. He adopted the number 8 car. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. And he died in a car crash on the racetrack not too, well, probably 10 years ago or more by now.
Yeah.
But they're both on the other side of race car driving. But that's important that something better this way comes. Something better this way comes.
And you're racing to meet it.
Well, and those cars used to be on a 8-track, you know. And so they would be crossing each other. I'm not getting anything more than that, but whatever it was that you had put in a manifestation wish where you said this or something better as you closed. And if you haven't done it, then they are telling you to do it that way. My Uncle George was a race car driver, but it was in the, well, that's, he would have been in the 50s. He would have been old enough to certainly have experienced those cars of the 30s. And even though he was racing in the 50s, you don't know where he got started, right? He probably had those at the racetrack where he would be racing, because people collect those cars, right? And especially back then, they wouldn't have been that old. So keeping them on the road. I mean, of course, they do that here because it's Detroit and everybody loves their old cars here. So, but this was definitely a message for you. I loved the leather cap with the goggles in. There's, what movie is that? Around the World in 80 Days. I think they
Oh yeah,
scene like that in Around the World in 80 Days.
yeah, very steampunk.
Yeah. We'll come around here and you come on my lap. Heather, I'm sure would love to see you too. Come on. Jump. Come on. Come. Oh, Gloria.
Oh.
Gloria wants to make her appearance here too.
Puppy.
Cute. Oh my God, so cute.
There. Oh, and there, another country word.
Groucho. Hey, Groucho.
On that note. Welcome to the jungle.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. I love
I wish
that.
I could show all you guys this one little clip of a video that I have. Linda Viviane has seen it, where Groucho takes off to fly into the mural that I just painted a tree for her. And it's funny because she didn't get hurt, but she goes breast first right into the wall. Boom.
Okay.
But she was so close to it. I don't know. She thought she was, I don't know what she thought. She thought she was going to go right there. Hence this tree I have for her here. Oh, God.
I felt so guilty for laughing
Right.
when I saw that.
Right? That.
Mm-hmm.
But she hasn't learned how to land. I had it redesigned to fit inside of my spool table so that she could get up higher and not be so concerned about little man over there, Grizzly, because Grizzly will jump on the chair, and to her that's too close. When it was just on the platform that came with it. So now that it's up higher, she goes up there, but she doesn't, maybe it's, well, it can't be too high because she lands that high or higher when I put the Christmas tree in this corner, because that's where it goes.
Yeah, she's a bird. There's nothing.
She's a bird. She's not afraid of that.
Come on.
But I should get some thinner perches and drill holes to go in there because she's not a macaw. So that's a hot, that's a pretty fat. There's thinner ones up high in there, but those are still pretty fat. So it's Java wood, and I think that's what it's called. It kind of reminds me of mangroves and coffee trees. I don't know. Anyways, it's a beautiful piece of wood, and it had such a fragrance when it first came out of the box. It's beautiful.
Okay. Okay, well, we're through with the readings, but we're going to do, Diana is going to lead us in a healing prayer. And hang on a second. Lori has something to share with us, I think.
Timeline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I got a message about the timeline. It is what Debbie talks about with the diminishment of chaos and fear feeding the dark energies. Kamala, yeah, absolutely. 1,000,000%. You can feel the change.
Right? And Pixie Dust, she didn't fly over here. She's just over in her corner by her cage making her sweet noises. What was I going to say? Lori, for everybody, if you are interested in the chart I did yesterday with Valerie from Illumination Portal, go back to Illumination Portal and watch the show from last night. We were comparing the Sibley chart with the birth chart for the DNC.
Okay.
And I was looking at the transits in the sky, and I was only dealing with the conjunctions because that's where the strength comes from. You know, the support comes from everything else, where they rise to the challenges, squares, and oppositions, and where they have support with other trines and sextiles. But I didn't get into that. I just got into the conjunctions because it's unbelievable what is conjunct what in their birth chart. And just so y'all know, they have a Gemini sun and a Gemini moon, and they were born in 1848 on May 26th. So there you go.
Cool.
With a Pisces rising. Beauty.
Cool.
Beauty in the dream. Yeah. Anyway. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So let's go back to our beginning with deep breaths. Hold at the top. We'll do 3 of them. Please place us in a steady stream of divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and grace. Michael, wrap your blue bubble of protection around us that shrinks to fit as we step into the healing teal green orb of Raphael that floats and shares and spreads and transfers. The divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and grace, so mote it be. And I am filled with chills for all of you. It reached everyone.
Thank you, Diana. Lovely.
Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you all.
And I'm going to close the records. I would like to close by thanking the light for the truth. I would like to close by thanking the light for the healing energy. And I would like to close by thanking the light for the guidance and compassion towards our soul's purpose. And with this, we lock the records of this group. The records are now closed.
Whew.
Yeah. So that's it for another week of adventures in the Akashic Records. Oh, we already talked about what we were doing, right?
Yes.
Well, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to support our channels, please. We have our PayPal information in the show notes. We're all available for private readings. If anybody wants a private reading, we're all available. And that information is in the show notes as well. Or this video description. I don't know. I call it show notes. And thank you so much, all of you, for being with us today. It's been a trip, man. This was fun. Yes. Thank you all so very much. And thank you, Viviane and Diana.
Thank
you. Big fun, as always, with you guys.
Next week, come back, everybody, please. Next week, same time on Tuesday. It will be
on Viviane's channel.
Yeah. So, same time, but it'll be on my channel. We switch every week.
Yeah.
And Diana, you have a show later. You mentioned already, right? You're doing that later today.
Yeah. So, 9:00 Eastern. The dream show. So if there's anybody who's got a dream that they want to talk about, or an apparition, or a sighting, or something strange came your way.
The weird stuff. Yeah. That's what we want.
Yeah, we like the weird stuff.
Weird.
That's why I'm there. They let me in because I fit the bill. Here comes the weird one.
No. I got the award. Man.
There you go.
Thank you
Thank
all
you.
so much, all of
Yeah.
you. Love you all.
Thank you all. Bye.
See you
All
next week.
right. Bye-bye.
Mhm. Bye.